Oyo Empire, a towering legacy of civilization, power, and African greatness, the Oyo Empire remains one of the most remarkable achievements in African history, a civilization defined by political sophistication, military strength, economic prosperity, spiritual depth, and cultural brilliance. Centered in what is now southwestern and north-central Nigeria, Oyo rose to prominence between the 14th and 19th centuries, shaping the course of West African history. Its influence extended across vast regions, not through mere dominance, but through leadership, innovation, and a vision of unity that continues to inspire modern Africa. Oyo was one of the principal city-states of the Yoruba people. A civilization renowned for its ancient traditions, artistic excellence, and spiritual richness. Rooted in the cultural heritage of Ife, considered the cradle of Yoruba civilization, Oyo inherited a legacy of organized governance, sacred kingship, and thriving urban life. By the 15th century, the city-state had transformed into a powerful empire, strengthened by its strategic location, economic wisdom, and military organization. At the heart of Oyo's power was a strong central authority led by the Alaafin, supported by a council of nobles known as the Oyo Mesi. This system combined the authority of monarchy with consultative governance, creating a political structure that was both stable and advanced. It was a model of statecraft, with checks and balances that helped sustain the empire's longevity and influence. Oyo's military strength was one of its defining features, particularly its skilled cavalry. Thanks to its access to open savannas and trade connections with northern regions like Bogu, Oyo maintained a cavalry force that gave it a decisive advantage in warfare. The military was disciplined and strategic, led by elite warrior orders such as the Ikoyi, a respected corps of commanders who upheld the empire's honor and power. A notable figure in Oyo's history is Orompoto, the first female Alaafin. In the 16th century, she restructured the cavalry and led the empire to victory in significant battles, including the Battle of Alaafin. Under her leadership, Oyo not only defended its sovereignty but expanded its influence, defeating the Nupe in 1555 and solidifying its regional dominance. Economically, Oyo was a thriving commercial hub. The empire controlled trade routes that linked the forest and savanna zones, facilitating the exchange of kola nuts, salt, leather, horses, textiles, and later, European goods such as firearms. Trading towns like Ketu, Egbomina, and Igboho became bustling centers of commerce, attracting merchants from across West Africa. Through its coastal cities, Oyo also engaged in trans-Saharan and transatlantic trade, connecting its internal wealth to international markets. The Oyo Empire's political system was notably sophisticated. It operated as a constitutional monarchy, where the Alaafin ruled with sacred authority but remained accountable to the laws and customs of the land. The Oyo Mesi, led by the Prime Minister Obasharan, served as a check on royal power. If an Alaafin became tyrannical or lost the confidence of the people, the council could compel him to step down through a ritual that emphasized the seriousness of leadership and the importance of accountability. Local governors known as Ajeles administered conquered territories, maintaining central control while allowing regional autonomy. This decentralized system enabled Oyo to govern a vast and diverse territory with stability and efficiency, preserving unity while respecting the distinct identities of its subjects. Spiritual life in Oyo was deeply rooted in Yoruba cosmology, centered on the supreme being Olodumare and a pantheon of Orisha, including Sango, who was once an Alaafin. Religion shaped governance, morality, and social life, providing a foundation for communal values and cultural identity. The arts also flourished in Oyo. Yoruba art, particularly bronze and terracotta sculpture, reached levels of sophistication that rivaled the great civilizations of the ancient world. Festivals, oral poetry, music, and architecture thrived in Oyo cities, reflecting a society that valued creativity and intellectual expression. Oyo's influence extended through both diplomacy and military power. Neighboring states such as Dahomey became tributaries after repeated campaigns, and Oyo established networks of allies, client states, and trading partners across modern-day Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. European traders who arrived on the West African coast recognized Oyo's strength and prestige. Seeking diplomatic and commercial ties with the empire, by the late 18th century, however, internal disputes and external pressures began to weaken Oyo. The rise of the Fulani Jihad and other conflicts eroded central authority, and by 1836, the empire's power had effectively collapsed. Yet the end of Oyo as a political entity did not mark the end of its legacy. Oyo lives on in the political systems, cultural traditions, and spiritual practices of the Yoruba people. Its memory continues to fuel pride and inspiration across Africa, serving as a reminder of the continent's rich history of statecraft, innovation, and resilience. The Oyo Empire was not merely an empire. It was a civilization, one that safeguarded Yoruba identity, pioneered governance, excelled in military strategy, and celebrated artistic and spiritual excellence. Its history teaches that Africa was never a dark continent, but a land of empires, great, innovative, and majestic. Today, as Africa reclaims its rightful place in world history, Oyo stands as a testament to the greatness that has always existed within the continent.